everyone, I'm Claire Marie B and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to take you through my weekly setups for January. I wanted to start with a flip through of my monthly setup. If you haven't watched my monthly plan with me for January, here's a link to the video and I'll put one in the description section below as well. My January theme is Hygge. I'm sorry again if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I've tried to include some of the doodles on each of my weekly spreads so that the theme is cohesive throughout for the month. And I'm also going to be using my craft paper, the same coloured pens that I used in the monthly setup, and the same washi tape as well. If you are new to bullet journaling and you're not sure where to start, I also have a 2022 setup video that shows you some of the basics and hopefully that will answer some of your questions. And I have a bunch of other videos from last year as well, so hopefully they'll give you some hints and tips too. My first weekly spread is a Dutch door. I love a Dutch door, and I was a little bit gutted not to include one in my January monthly setup. However, to put it in the weeklies is great this month. The reason I'm putting it in this first weekly setup is because I'm going to be doing a 9-day week and I wanted to explain a little bit about why. One of the things that took me a little while to get my head around and decide what I wanted to do when I first started bullet journaling was how I wanted to do my weeks when the first of the month was midweek and then the same at the end of the month. At first, I took the decision to do an entire month within that month. So I had a number of weekly spreads that would be more than 7 days or less than 7 days. At first I started out with it less than 7 days. And the whole of 1 month would then be within that monthly section. And then I'd move on to the next month, do a month setup, and then do all the weeks thereafter that as well. But it ended up that I was wasting paper and space, and I really hate to do that. So I decided to do full weeks, but that gave me a different challenge of which month do I put the week in where there's a split week. In the end, I hope I'm explaining this well enough for everybody, but in the end, I decided to put the week in the month where the majority of the week fell. So as an example, if the 1st of March was a Friday, then the majority of that week was actually in February. So I would have that weekly spread as a February spread within the February section. But if the 1st of March was a Monday, then the majority of that week is in March. So the week would be in the March section. And I always do my weeks Monday to Sunday as well. So they were a couple of the key decisions I made very early on when I decided to bullet journal, and I've stuck to that ever since. But if I followed my own rules for January, then the 1st and 2nd of January would actually have been part of December 2021. As this is my new 2022 journal, I wanted to start it really clean and have everything from the 1st of January be in this journal. So I've decided to break my own rules and have a 9-day week at the start of January. I'll then follow the rules that I have for myself around the weeks right through until I get to December, when again I'll only go up to the 31st in whatever setup I do that month. That way I can make sure I have a whole journal and a whole year all together in one. I should point out that I run out of space. I can't do an entire year in one journal. So my journals get split across 2 journals. So the journal that I'm doing now is set up for 2022 and it'll go right through until probably the end of June. Sometimes if I feel like I'm running out of space, I might snatch a bit of space back. But if I've got a few pages to spare at the end when it comes to June, I still start a new journal as of the 1st of July because I know that I want a new journal for the 1st of January. I just love that feeling of writing in a new journal. So if I went up to July or August, I'd only have way more space left in the 2nd journal. I then use the back pages as ink testing, or I might do some little doodles, or I might write some extra notes for myself. I have them as draft pages and things like that. So the pages always get used up in the end for me, but I just like to have 2 journals a year and I like to have it nice and clean cut so that it's 6 months apart. I'm now onto my second spread. This is a really simple spread for me. I really love this spread. It's so easy to change up how your spreads look and use the same basic format of each of your weekly spreads, but then just change it up with the doodles or the colours and the washi tape. It's just so interesting how it can look totally different from one month to the next, just with a few subtle changes like that. I'll leave you with the time lapse for a little while because I think the next couple of spreads are really straightforward, so I'll let you watch those. And here's my final flip through. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when I release future content. Have a fantastic January, and I'll catch you in my next video.